Hello and good morning, everybody. That's right. We've got a morning stream today. I mean, it's kind of a morning stream. It's late morning. It's 11 o'clock here. But because there isn't going to be a news this week, because there's just really not a lot going on that's super noteworthy to talk about in the gaming space or tabletop space, I figured why not do an impromptu stream and go ahead and just keep working on these Bretonnians. And what a way to start the stream, by the way. Thank you to Thomas for becoming a Hobby Knight Legionnaire. Thank you for joining the community. Hope you enjoy yourself here. The weather has calmed down, Brother Alan. Do not worry. We have definitely had some, we're having clearer skies and all kinds of things. Good evening to everybody. Hello to Tony and Colin and Go for painting the Eternal Crusade, Brother Alan, and of course Thomas. Hope you guys are doing great today. Today I figured, well, I mean, you guys saw the thumbnail. We're still working on the Bretonnians, but instead of working on some more men-at-arms, as you can kind of see that I had been doing, I wanted to completely change gears, completely throw off everything that we've been doing, get my Spotify open, put some music on, and then once I've done that, build a Pegasus Knight. Because, screw it, I want to do it. I want to build a Pegasus Knight. I think they're really cool. I think they kind of look a little derp in the old designs. I might end up replacing these with something 3D printed down the line, because I imagine there's some cooler Pegasuses out there, honestly, let's be honest. The old sculpts are not the sleekest, if you will, for Games Workshop. They kind of look like pigeons, is what I'm trying to get at, okay? Hello, Alex. Welcome. You just ordered your Deathwing Assault set? Nice! Oh, that's gonna be so cool, dude. That's gonna be so awesome. I hope it comes quickly, and then you can have a bunch of fun with it. Now, what we're gonna be doing today, I want to build some Pegasus. Should I build one of the new ones? Because, I do realize we do have a Pegasus that is like a fancy boy with the more modern wings and stuff. Should we do this? Or should we build one of our old lads with these wings? Good evening, Nick. Hope you're doing well. Hope it's not too cold for you. I could build the big cool boy. Oh, hello, Jack. My cat has decided to visit. He should be chill. He just ate. Do not get in that box, little boy. No. No, it's not a box for you to be in. Okay? This is not a box for you to be in. At all, actually. Okay, I think these are the legs for the Pegasus. That makes sense. They're not on the other sprue, and then but their wings are in there, and I guess their heads might be... No, their heads are on that sprue too. Okay. Alright, I do have everything I need to be able to build the Pegasus. No, I've not checked out the new units that Cafe got. I did hear about them, but I haven't actually seen them. Are they cool? Do they look awesome? Are they full of more bears? Is it even more bears? Build the big guy? Alright, well maybe it'll be fun to build something less old school. See where his instructions are in here. How straightforward are you, bro? Oh, good lord, you're not getting done today if we build you. Jesus, you are a complicated little man, aren't you? You're not actually little. That's part of the problem. You're gigantic. You're a gigantic horse with a man on his back. That's part of your problem. All right, cool. Well, you know what? We'll work on it. Probably won't finish him today, like I said. Oh shit, there's two versions. Do I want the Duke or the Baron? Hmm. I mean, the Duke has a much cooler helmet. And a polearm. He looks fancier. Let's look at the difference. Lords of Bretonia. Dukes get the special rule Blessing of the Lady, Rallying Cry, and Grail Vow, whereas Barons and Paladins get the Blessing of the Lady, Rallying Cry, and a Knight's Vow. Alright, well what's the difference then between a Grail Vow and a Knight's Vow? Because that is the only difference it appears to be. Where does it say that in this book? I haven't looked through it that much to know. Alright, Knight's Vow and... This is talking about... Oh, is it in the other book? It's probably in the other book, which actually has the rules. I think this is the compendium that gives me the rules for, like, dwarves and stuff. Yeah, like, okay. Alright, well, where's my other book? Where's my other big blue book? I don't know. I'll look it up on the internet. We're gonna look it up on the internet, everybody. What's the difference between a Knight's Vow? I'm looking up the difference modernly between a Knight's Vow and a... I forgot the other vow now. I think it was a Lord's Vow or something. Where are you? Sorry, a Grail Vow and a Knight's Vow. Okay, that is not helpful. I appreciate you. Warhammer the Old World. Those are just rumors. Alright, here's a video that I think has like a screenshot of it. Oh my god, this still doesn't tell me. I'll look it up later. Good evening, Mercurion. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, no, there's always two versions. They always make it so that you can like turn it into one thing versus the other, which is generally nice, but like I don't know where these maybe that's just army list. It's probably not gonna have the rules in it. Maybe there's like a index in the back that has it. I didn't actually check, and those are just pictures. Okay, yeah, definitely no index. What about the Bretonnians, Land of Chivalry, Creeds and Tenets, the Service of the Lady. Okay, maybe it's in one of those pages, so let's go to A3. That's characters, rarity, that's giving me fluff and lore. Fluff and lore. Okay, yeah, it doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me what the vows do. Well, screw it. I'm gonna make the guy with the bigger hat because I like it and I just assume he's better. Cheese and ham on rye. Hello, welcome, welcome. All right. Well, in that case, I think we'd need these two pieces, but we're going to start with our Bretonnian, with our dear, dear lord. And by lord, I mean duke, because let's get our terms correct. All right, we got a soda. Let's open that up. Excellent. Scoot our men at arms out of the way. Gentlemen, you must remove yourself from this space, please. Don't mess up all your gear, though, please. Don't do that. All right, there we go. Fixed it. Everything's fine. And let's build. 29 and 28 are the first two pieces we need. Well, there they are. I was like, how long will it take me to find the first two pieces? Because no, like, in my luck, I always just overlook the numbers I need forever. All right, 28 and 29. There you are. The two sides of his... Well, it's his legs. It's two legs. The two sides of his lower half, I guess, is what I was trying to say there. Alright. Let's do some fine cleanup on this, because he's got some mold lines, just like his older companions. Hopefully they'll be a little bit easier to get up. Did everybody have a good weekend watching maybe the Super Bowl, depending on where you are in the world? I don't know how relevant the Super Bowl is to, like, non-Americans. I figure probably not. It's probably not very relevant to you guys, but it was a pretty big deal. I don't know. Right down his, like, his armor. Rough. Let's clean up his armor, shall we? There we go. Oh, they're going to be doubling the number of DLC units. That's cool. Ooh. That sounds awesome. Lots of fun units sounding like they're being added in. Very cool. The only gaming I have been doing right now recently has been predominantly Final Fantasy XIV. I am finally getting into, like, where the plot starts getting going, because I've been lower levels and I've been doing all of the, like, basic OG stuff, which has not been bad, but it's definitely been mildly tedious, because it is definitely a lot of referencing the very, very first version of the game that, you know, failed horrifically. So it's a little funny for that reason, but I'm excited to get into the areas that I am. I've been playing a summoner, so I have tiny versions of Ifrit and Titan now, which is fun to run around with. Day early for the stream, you mean, Steven? Yeah, no, I decided to do an impromptu stream because I'm not going to be doing a news this week. There just wasn't a lot to talk about. And since I won't be able to stream this weekend because I'll be at a convention, I figured, you know what? Let's just go ahead and throw a stream in on Monday and have some fun. Our little file. All right, there we go. One side cleaned up. Our skirt will go together well. There we go. Got rid of those lines. Yeah, this is going real nice. Looks good, looks good. Let's clean up the little bit of the edge here. The cloth. Oh, and there's a little bit on the waist too that I missed, and we'll check the other side. I don't know if they both had the connection point there. It's one of the, like, I don't know about you guys, but like, I find building miniatures pretty therapeutic, but the main thing that I find tedious is just making sure to remember where all the connection points were, where the sprues were. 'Cause sometimes you can get them pretty clean, but they're not like perfectly clean. And then especially if they're at a connection point where two sections are going to meet together in like a top and a bottom, for example, like a torso and a waist, you really want that to be clean so they sit together well, so that you get a really good connection. Because otherwise you break them like I did on my on my orc recently. I repaired it. It was fine. But I did knock him off and split him in half. Gavin, I have not gotten through very many of them at all. We basically, from last time, we have 8. We have 4. We have 4 men-at-arms that are completely ready to get primed. We have 4 that need to be built partially still, but otherwise are cleaned up completely. They just need to be glued. I might do that while we are working on this. But right now, instead, I want to switch gears completely because I'm a crazy person. And we are building, actually, the Bretonnian Duke. So one of the newer sculpts. Mostly just because I wanted to kind of compare the two a little bit and see like what level of extra detail do they go into, etc. How different actually is it? You want to make a shadow sword for your, what, your blood angels? Why not? Do it. It's a go. Do it. It adds personality to the miniature. There you go. Exactly. All right. Now, how does this actually connect? I see. We're going to connect it at his butt. Oh, there is a sprue. See, there's another one that I'm like, oh, I forgot about you. I forgot to clean you up. I have no idea if you'll be seen, but you may be a connection point. Let's get you smooth. All right, that looks good. All right, let's go ahead and start booing. I'm gonna get the third piece that's like, I think is crotch. Number 30. The big 3-0. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? 32? 33. There you are. Yeah, I think it's just his belt. It's like his crotch area. I guess because the rest of him might be on the horse, on the saddle, maybe? Who knows? Who knows? We are going to keep this guy also in pieces to make painting him way easier. Because good lord. Good lord, if I don't, it'll probably just be impossible to get to certain areas without just crying profusely. Whew. That's such a small little piece. Let's not fling it out somewhere. Alright, that looks fine. Alright, let's glue. Let's glue, let's glue. Yeah! Hobby stream while you work. Woo! What are you working, or what are you doing at work today, Josh? Anything exciting or fun? Or is it just humdrum, boring stuff? In which case, I am sorry. Okay, we're just roughing up the surface a smidge, since it is our connection point, and I want to make sure they stick. And while GW is generally pretty good about that, I don't know. I find it does still help, you know? Dark Angels! Oh, your Dark Angels. I don't know why I assumed Blood Angels. Probably because they're my favorites. Although I do love the Dark Angels. I just have more Blood Angels in the house. Oh, let's get a little bit on this side too. Get a solid connection. We might gap fill that a smidge. A little bit of glue from the other side. And press. There we go. That's better. We'll see how much of that actually gets seen in the end. Probably not a lot is my guess. So we may not need to do anything to it, but we'll keep an eye. All right, let's let that dry with that little piece next to it. And I'm gonna clip out the chest, it looks like, next. 32, 33, and 31. He's got some elaborate garb on. Many fleur-de-lis all over the place. 33, 31. All right, cool. And then 32. Ooh, I've seen that one before. I remember. There it is. Right in front of my bloody face. Of course we have to build more Bretonnians. We can't stop until they're done. Can't stop. Which will take a while, I'm sure, because I'm slow. One at a time, rank and file, exactly. Exactly. Although today we're building a lord. I am completely switching gears, and we're building a lord today. Oh wow, I left a big old piece of sprue on that. Oh, GWY. Why would you put it there? Why would you put it on... Okay, don't completely get rid of it, because there is a decorative piece on the elbow, but... Alright, I think that's pretty cleaned up. Smooth out some of this other stuff on the other side. Accidental sprue bits give character? That's fair. Ooh. I gasp as I drop him. Alright. Let's get these mold lines on his sides and his lower half. You know, I'm surprised he doesn't have, like, any indication of chainmail. Wasn't chainmail often worn underneath some of the more decorative, like, linen patterns that, like, knights would wear? Didn't they have, like, if they didn't have just, like, armor underneath, like... Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they just have... They're supposed to have, steel underneath. But I feel like this should... Like, I feel like these guys should have chainmail. Just based off a... Because, like, does this not make it look like this duke is wearing just a cloth shirt? Because, like, even his arms aren't really, like, beefed up. And the only thing that goes over top of him is he gets that, like, cool cowl thing, you know? So, like, I think this ends up sitting on the back side. I actually think this is the back. So I think it's going to go like that, and then this is going to go in the front. Which, again, doesn't really feel like this all feels fabric. Where is your armor, bro? I'm sure he has some, but it just doesn't feel like it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Alright, I think this is stable enough for us to now glue this piece in. I just want to kind of dry fit because, as you can tell, it's small and fiddly and doesn't want to stay. And I'm not 100% sure. Oh, I also completely missed that mold line. I was so concerned about the knee that I forgot the leg. Whoopsies. Okay, I definitely think it's like that. How am I gonna do this? Tweezers, maybe? Tweezers. Last time I used tweezers on a small piece, though, I flew it onto the floor and then never found it again. So, oh my goodness. He's a duke! Are you telling me that a duke can't afford chainmail? In Bretonnia? Surely he could. He's a duke. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just that the stuff is priced like Games Workshop's in real life. But, like, surely he's a duke. He should be able to afford it. Okay, yeah, it does go in that way. So let's go ahead and take some glue and we'll wedge this in. Oh, shit. There we go. There we go. Nope. There we go. Okay, don't touch it. It's in a good spot. I think it's sealing. Poor Duke, he buys miniatures. Yes. You know, to be fair, I do think, like, that was a hobby that some, like, lords and stuff back in the day, or at least, like, buying and building and painting miniatures. If you haven't noticed. I certainly have. But it is worth it, because they do look cool when they're done. There we go. Yee. The other... There's a mold line. I knew there was going to be some on this fabric. It's like there's going to be some on all of those lovely folds. All right, cool. At least this part is going to sit on really solidly. If I could just stop throwing the torso, that'd be great. All right. Alright, let's clean up this one. I think this is actually looking okay for the most part. A couple things on the sleeves. Yeah, it's a big sprue bit. Hopefully I didn't fuck up a fleur-de-lis on that. Hopefully, hopefully. Sometimes I find that if you smooth down the sprue, like the leftover sprue and everything, you can really scrape at it a little bit better. Because you can then see your edges a bit more smoothly. Or easily. Smoothly is not the right word there. You can see them more easily because it is smoother. Is really, I guess, what I was trying to go with. Alright, that looks mostly good. Let's smooth off this edge to the... I think the clip was good, but it was a little harsh looking. And I do want this fabric to look soft, you know? Hello, William! Hope you're doing well today. Alright. We're looking pretty good. There's a little bit of a seam line on the shirt here. And where his head is going to end up connecting, so let's take care of that. Alright, and glue. I'm gonna actually glue a little bit on this side too, so that I can get a less of a seam on around the neck. Specifically. Yeah, it's working well. I don't press too hard and accidentally break some of the fleur-de-lis, Angela. Okay, that's drying. Looks good. Let's check the... Let's check his crotch. Alright, that did actually look like it went in fine. I'm just going to sprue glue up some of the gaps. That maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's just wearing he's just got his helmet and some armored, a few armored pieces, but not full chainmail. Still seems so weird because he's a duke, but who am I to question Games Workshop's brilliance? Ooh, ooh, whoa, whoa. Drippy, drippy, almost drippy. Getting a little bit of the goo. Alright, that's looking good. Just cleaning up a little bit of excess. And then I'm going to come in here and do a little tiny bit of touch up right there. And then I'll sand it. I'm not so much worried about that, I just want to get it smoother, and then this. Okay. Alright, we're gonna let that dry fully. And we're gonna do the thing that we actually pulled the glue out for, which is the, you know, his button. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, both those pieces can now just chill and dry. I'm going to seal my sprue goo. And we're going to print out, or not print out, we're going to clip out some more pieces. Next up is connecting him all together and his helmet. So let's get his helmet clipped out and cleaned up while everything dries. Oh, wow. Dude, your helmet's weird. Your helmet's so weird. I didn't realize. It literally... Is there anything else that goes into it? Nope, it's just that. That's... Oh, there is a backside. Oh, okay. We're making a little shrine on his head. And it comes in 2 pieces. How delightful. All right, here is his head. Right there. So let's clip that out. There we go. Came out pretty clean. I'm just inspecting what needs to be cleaned up. Okay, it's not too bad. They did make a few poor choices. But, you know, it's fine. Alright, there. That one cleaned up a little bit easier. Alright, almost cleaned up. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm going to do a tiny bit of softer sanding. Try this paper on this side. I don't think it'll do enough because it's a very fine grain, but it was worth a try. It was worth a try. Oh, how many different games? I was about to be like, wait a minute, jeans splats? What? But games I'm into? That's fair. I mean, I just like to explore different subjects. I also just, because I do also enjoy so much of the hobby side of all these games, and they have such a strong hobby element to them, it does also just appeal to my, like, creative art side, which does get bored if I'm just doing the same, like, art style all the time, like every day or whatever. So changing up systems and games helps alleviate that. So it's kind of a combo of the two things. But yeah, I like to explore just a bunch of different things. Sometimes I don't know where I have time for it all, but but it is fun. good. Alright. I'm gonna glue this on first, I think, just to see how this actually sits. Because they want him looking this way. Okay, I see how it fits. Let's go ahead and glue it in place, shall we? I'm moving the camera. There we go. There. That's better. Now I can like lean this way and I'm not getting cut off as much. Bam. Should we get a good seal? Should have a button. Hopefully not. Okay, that actually just sort of slid into place, so good. Bam. I did realize I forgot to clean up a little bit on the fleur-de-lis on his helmet, so we'll fix that in a bit. Does it look crooked? I think it's just my brain. I think it's just my eyeballs. I think my eyeballs are crooked. Sometimes I kit bash things, but generally no. Although one of the reasons that I got the 3D printer was so that I could potentially end up kit bashing a little bit more and doing some like other things. I have a whole bunch of like kit bashing materials because I have bits and bits and bits of sprues that are, you know, I've built the full army for, but I have extra pieces for, so I could easily do some kit bashing, but I don't often do it. Mostly because this just ends up being a little more time consuming than I feel like I have time for. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, Jose Juan Vasquez. I think I said that correctly, hopefully. Also, Stephen Ness. Thank you for subscribing. All right. We need to put this. All right, we need to clean up first, actually. Oh, I should have cleaned up before I stuck his fucking head on. I'm an idiot. It's fine. A little bit of an idiot. Alright, I think we're gonna have to use the other files instead of the papers because of us gluing the helmet on. How could you let me do that? It's fine. It's fine. I blame myself. Alright, this is actually going alright. Just being a little careful next to his, I don't know if it would actually be a rosary in this world, because they don't, like, have the same things, but it's kind of what it looks like. It's a beaded necklace, I guess. Maybe it's chain. It's supposed to have, it looks like it's dog tags. That seam is mostly gone, but not completely. I might need to come back in with more glue. Nice. Yeah, no, keep bashing definitely is fun. I've done it a little bit, just not very often. But it's definitely a super good way to like add some variety into your models. Make them a bit more yours. Get like a tiny amount of glue on this brush, and we're gonna gently smooth over the seam. Okay, there, he's looking good. Let's see how his torso's gonna sit. Oh wow, okay. Not well at all. Did I glue him wrong? Okay, no, I think it sits like that. Okay, yeah, it's definitely like that. Alright, before we glue his torso onto his legs, let's clean up his butt seam, because it's kind of got a big butt seam. And I don't think it's supposed to be there. Okay, that's decent. But I think we can do better. It's pressing it together a little bit more. Okay, see, Caveman Bum, I thought that's exactly, like, that's what I thought, which is why I think it's kind of weird that I feel like this guy doesn't have any chainmail on. To be fair, I don't even really think he has that much plate mail. Or plate armor.
Faith is his armor.
What? Faith is his armor? Oh, his belief in the lady is his armor. He doesn't need it, he just has the fabric. I mean, I'm sure he does have some, like, I mean, he's got the leg armor, etc. It's okay, we've hidden his crack, it's fine. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. It'll also probably end up being hidden by the seat of the horse, but... The seat of the horse? The, saddle. The saddle of the horse. I mean, technically it's a seat, I guess, so I wasn't fully wrong, but it sounded weird. $36 is the next part we need to clip out, so let's do that while we wait for things to dry. 36. Ah, the back of his head. And the rest of his helmet. And whatever that thing is that, like, the fabric piece that covers the back of his head. Or the back of his neck, rather. Good lord. GW, did you need that many? Did you need 5 connection points to hold that frickin' tiny thing on there? Really? We're gonna smooth this down. All right, it's looking good. It's a little bit of an awkward. A bit of sprue there on a tiny shield, because you know that's convenient. Let's scrape you off, please. Thank you. Gently, gently, gently. Okay. Now I know there was a connection point on top. That does appear to have been cleaned pretty well, actually. Thank goodness. Okay, that's good. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're clean. Oh, before we do that, actually, let's see if we can tidy up the fleur-de-lis smidge. There it is. There's the edge. We need to use this very fine sandpaper. Okay, it's smoothed down a little bit. At least maybe it's more visible. I can just be very gentle. Yeah, because these spongy ones aren't as good on the, like, harder, finer details. Let's get a little bit of a harder grain. Okay, that's working. Okay, I think we got it cleaned up. I think we actually got it cleaned up pretty well. I try to play most of them, but I do just pick some of them up for modeling purposes. Like, the only ones, like, I've played, of the stuff that I've painted on the channel, I generally play the board games that I've painted stuff for. I've definitely played 40K. That's the main one that I've done. I've done some Kill Team. I've played Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl is actually one that I try to play a little bit more regularly, even though I don't get to as often, but I really, really like Blood Bowl. The main one that I don't play, that I do still collect the models for, is Age of Sigmar and Underworlds. Like, I've tried Underworlds a few times, don't dislike it, but also don't, like, it didn't super grab me. And so I never got, like, super invested in it, but I did like a lot of the models that they were coming out with for the Underworlds game. And then this is but I picked up the Bretonnian stuff with the intention of actually playing Old World, because I'd like to try. I was one that I didn't get a chance to when I was, like, getting into the game the first time. So I'm hoping to give it a shot now. Alright, get a couple of connection points glued up. There we go. Those are done. Let's get this other side. Okay. Smidge of glue just to reinforce and fill in some gaps. There we go. Oh, and then I immediately flop him onto his head. A little bit of a seam showing there on that arm on the fabric that I think would have been visible, so I just wanted to really clean that up. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. I think we're looking good. I think we're looking actually quite good. Alright, we need to connect now him to his torso again. Let's just figure out how that went. I think it's like that. Alright, we're gonna sand the two pieces. The terrain for Necromunda is pretty cool, I will admit. I have a couple of Necromunda things, and Necromunda is another one where it's like, yeah, I haven't played it specifically, but I feel like it's adjacent enough to 40k that it's justifiable, and the terrain's absolutely usable in 40k, so why not go into it, right? Ah, maybe that's why. It's a little bit of a seam at our connection point. And I swear, sometimes that really matters. Okay, yeah, I think that's how it goes. So let's go ahead and get some glue. On both sides. All right, that looks good. Yep, okay, I'm happy with that. We're gonna let him dry. And after he's dried, we have a couple more things to attach to him. But in the meantime, I'm gonna actually just move on to his horse, because those are spare things that need to go on, like his helmet and everything, and I really want those to be secured. So in the meantime, let's move on to his dear sweet steed. I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe. It felt like I need to sneeze. Oh god, the tingle in my nose. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. The sneeze feels gone. I don't know if I'm going to be getting the next wave of Duncan Rhodes' Too Thin Coats paints. I know that he has a new line coming, and I really like the first line, but I'm very intrigued to first actually pick up the new Army Painter War Paints Fanatics when those come out in March, I believe it is. Like March 12th, is that what it is? I can't remember off the top of my head. So yeah, I'm really very much interested in getting that. So I think that's the next like paint line that I'm going to try. Caveman Bun, yes, I do use sprue glue. In fact, I used some a little bit earlier on my night when I was sealing some stuff where I felt like I had some bigger gaps. So yes, absolutely. Like the stuff a lot. Don't let him dry too much, he'll get a little hoarse. Sir, you're so funny. All right, let's go ahead and keep working. We need number 1 and number 2. Oh, why would you? There we go. Number 2 and number 1. The butt of his majestic steed. Move this fabric down. Because they put some gnarly connection points on this. It possibly could. My concern is that the sprue glue is made with plastic glue, which I don't know if that will stick to the resin super well. Even with the goo portion in there. Like, I'm not sure it's gooey enough yet, at least the batch that I have, for being an actual adhesive, or filler in that way. Because, like, the gap that was in the armpit, for example, on the nid, I wouldn't have wanted to use this for glue. I would have had to use so much of it. It was such a huge gap. I think in that instance, the green stuff was probably better. Like, some of those smaller, more minor gaps, absolutely. Maybe it could have worked. Like I said, the main thing is I just don't know if it would actually stick well, because I don't know if that's, like, since it's made with a plastic glue, if it would adhere properly to the resin. But I didn't think plastic glue worked on resin. And I could be entirely wrong. I remember using it or trying to use it on my Cromlech models, and I don't think it worked super well. Hello, Havman. Yeah, the thing that I actually want to try, and because I think I saw this online a little bit, but I wasn't sure what the dry time was going to be, was Gorilla Glue, actually. I think I had seen some people using Gorilla Glue to glue it together, but I know that's a little bit of a more complicated process because I think you have to wet both sides of whatever you're attaching the glue to first and then seal them, and I don't know how instantaneous that seal is, so I wasn't sure how long I'd have to hold it together. You think Tyranids would taste like popcorn shrimp? I mean, I imagine Tyranids are going to taste like whatever when you eat candied like scorpion and stuff is like when you or candied like bugs. That's what I imagine. That's what I imagine it being like. Which I'm not 100% sure is going to be pleasant. I don't know. I've never eaten any of those. Like, I've never had, like, a candied tarantula or cricket or anything like that. But imagine crunchy. Imagine it'll be very crunchy. I mean, they're just basically giant lobsters, right? So maybe they will be more like a crustacean. How come we're wanting to eat my bugs? Can we not eat my hive, please? They are here to eat you, not the other way around? They must turn you into biomass. And then throw themselves into it too. Alright, let's clean up the other side. Which, thankfully, I actually think I did a little bit of a better job of clipping. We'll find out, though. Feels smoother, though. That looks decent. Tyrannid on a stick? Mmm. Tastes like chicken, probably, then, yeah. Or just put them on skewers. We'll turn them into a... Like, turn it into, like, a Hong Kong cafe style, where it's just, like, Tyrannid bag and a meat with a stick, and you stab it, and then you eat it. It's delicious. That's what happens when you end up on an Imperial world that is very close to a hive. They should be more industrial about it. Turn it into meals. The bugs want to eat you, eat the bugs. Then the bugs evolve a way to infect you via ingestion, and then you get a really, 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 really massive, massive Gene Stealer cult problem. There's an absolute outbreak. I feel like I've written a short story. Or developed a concept for a short story. Like, we don't need to go, we're not going detective noir with it. We're gonna go, like, drug addiction / like, ingestion of just, it gets in all of the food. It gets really, really popular. They start eating bugs. They don't even maybe know they're eating bugs, and then they just sort of become Gene Stealer cults. Alright. Let's see how these go together. Okay. Alright, we're gonna need... We're gonna have to end up gap filling this, I think. There's one side. Alright, well, let's see if this will work. Oh yeah, this is gonna definitely need some glue and then sanding. Knew it. I knew it. Monday's going well so far. Thank you for asking. Hopefully everybody else's as well. Too much goo. Now spread it around while it's still very wet. So we got way too much. Now, we can't sand it, so it's not going to be that big of a deal, but good lord. All right. And now I just need this to dry. Just need it to dry. I'm gonna do a little bit of gap filling in the center too, just to really seal him together also, because I can see some light through there, so that's not good. That's not good. There we go. Nice! That's very cool. Oh, nice! I have played Shatterpoint. I enjoy it. It's very fast paced, which I very much enjoy. I do like their scoring system with the, I don't remember what it's called because it's been a little while since I've played, but that tracker that they have that they use to actually keep an eye on who's like in winning and everything. I actually think that's very fun to play with. And I like the versatility of the game in that you can really combine various characters together for putting to your squads and have some fun and flexibility there and not necessarily have to stick to the way that they presented them. Like they do absolutely allow for some flexibility like that. So I think it's really fun. I think you'll enjoy it. I like Shatterpoint quite a bit. If you've played either Kill Team, for just in regards to like smaller scale games, or if you have played Legion, I think you'll get pretty invested. Also, the miniatures are gorgeous. Absolutely love the miniatures that they have for Shatterpoint. Definitely one worth just getting into for the beauty of painting and building those sculpts. Wish you would dry faster. Because I really want to sand you and make sure that you look good before I move on. Alright, let's just clip out his front legs. Oh, actually, we might be able to do the little bit of extra we need to do on him. So let's do that. Let's actually finish our knight for right now. All right, 35, 37, and 41. Monday left me broken. Tuesday I was through with hoping. It's Friday, I'm burning like a fire gone wild on Saturday. Alright, that is one piece clipped out. Where's number 35? I think it's probably that. Oh, it is a picture. It is a statue of the lady, perhaps? I'm just going to assume every female statue in Bretonnia culture is of the lady. I feel like that is probably not inaccurate. 41. Where is 41? There it is. It's a chalice. Alright, we'll do a little bit of light cleanup. Super cool mini. Yeah, I completely agree. Venturous was a really fun one to paint. And I really liked the posing. Like, that's one of the things that I will say in comparison to, say, Shatterpoint, if I had to compare Shatterpoint and Legion together. One, miniatures are just larger in Shatterpoint. So they are easier to work with and paint. Just with hands down. The larger a miniature is, the easier I think it is to paint up to a point. Like, I'm sure that sort of starts to exceed its limits when you get, like, super huge, like with, like, maybe a Cthulhu scale miniature or something like that, or maybe, like, the dragon that we're getting in the Tactics game for Song of Ice and Fire. Almost called it Game of Thrones, but I was like, that's not the technical name for it. But yeah, they are larger miniatures, so I think easier to work with, but they just also are a little bit more dynamic with their poses. Like, the more recent Legion miniatures have also started to do that a lot more. But, sorry. But I do feel like the Shatterpoint ones are coming out the gate like that. They also have a lot more just unique characters. I almost broke that. Did I break that? No, but it was very close. Okay. I think they just have more interesting characters because because it is focused on the characters rather than like squadrons and stuff. So they're able to just bring more people in and do more stuff. Which is pretty gosh darn cool. A little bit of stuff there, and let's go ahead and shove that. Shit. Okay, that was like that was a little more stressful than I realized because I didn't dry fit and it was fiddly. So, let's just really secure this to his helmet. Oh, I did break it. Okay. I thought I might have. Oh, god damn it. Ah, GW and your flimsy plastic. Excuse me while I fiddle with this for a second. Okay. Okay, that looks good. All right, we're gonna set that down, let it dry. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Oh, I'm mad. I'm mad about that break. I don't have a spare or anything. I was looking to see if maybe I had like an alternate that I could stick in there for him, but no, of course not. He's the one Duke that they had. No, Josh, I'm so sorry to hear that. My terrible singing. Alright, we do need to let that just dry. Maybe this is done. Review. Okay, you have settled. You are just shiny, but you have, in fact, sealed. So let's go ahead and start shaving this down. This might take some time to get this cleaned up the way that I want. At least this is a really soft sponge. Alright, we're getting making some progress. Like I said, it's just gonna take a little bit of time. But he's a centerpiece, so it's worth it. Oh no, that is brutal sounding. Good lord. Sticking some tape on it? What do you mean, Gavin? I've never heard this before. Does it give it tension? Like, and where are you sticking the tape specifically? Alright, this is going slow, but well. Alright, one thing I do want to check is how does your tail attach? Where is your tail? Oh, it's a big honking tail. Okay, hold on. I want to check something. Because we may be good if this covers. So it does look like it goes like that, and it sticks up a little bit. Alright, it does get covered, but not as much. So let's do a little bit more cleaning. Oh, also to help them not from flying away. Okay, that makes sense. Ah, see, the problem was it didn't break when I clipped it. It broke when I was cleaning it because I put too much pressure. Is what happened. But that's a great idea because, like, I hadn't even thought about that as a way to prevent them from sliding, like, or from flying away, especially the small pieces. Very, very smart. Okay, I know how it sticks in. Part of the other reason is I think I was putting it in the wrong way. Whoops. Okay, that is in. We'll set him aside. We'll let it finish drying. At least I repaired it, I think, well enough. I don't think you'll be able to see it. Oh yeah, no, they require a lot of skill, unfortunately, sometimes. I mean, you can definitely, like, chuck them together, and... But there are definitely some molds that are like... GW, what were you thinking when you did this? this doesn't fit together properly. Or your instructions aren't well laid out enough to make it as obvious to you as it is to me on how this is supposed to fit together properly. You know what? Maybe they're just trying to say, like, kids are smarter than we give them credit for. And that's why they make it so complicated on us. Okay, this is slowly but surely smoothing out. Sorry if I'm quiet, I'm just very concentrating on, like, these particular areas because they're kind of delicate. And I'm just trying to smooth them out as much as possible. I'm just trying to also enhance this edge I lost a little bit. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better. Let's use the back of the sponge to kind of wipe away all of the dust. See how we're looking. Pretty good, actually. A little bit of a gap there on the edge. And then I need to clean up this a little bit. But otherwise, I think it's looking pretty good. I really like these God Hand sandpapers. I'm pretty sure I'm not using them correctly because I think they're supposed to go like on a stand to make using them or holding them a little bit easier, but I actually like how stiff but flexible they are. For at least this process. Almost gone. There's like a tiny little residue of like a gap from the initial seal that we did. But I don't know if I got the putty in enough or what. But, oh, I think it's almost there. It's almost there. It almost feels super smooth. That's looking pretty good. Still got a little bit showing down here. But there's all those folds, so it may be, we may not be able to fully get it. Mostly because I'm worried about fucking up the folds too much. I say as I start lightly using the tip of this. Let's see if I can use the edge of this. Okay, I can smooth that down, but it's going to take some time. Okay, this very fine grain is working well. Alright, I'm gonna put the tail back on. Okay, it is gonna be like right there. So we will cover that little bit. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna like do some cleanup a little bit on it off camera because we are almost out of time. Joins chat, immediately sees horse's backside. Yeah, no, that is absolutely Bretonia. I mean, welcome to the Empire, or to the Kingdom. Kingdom would be a better term, because the Empire is the Empire. Welcome to the Kingdom. Here we worship the lady. She lives in the lake. And we worship also horse butt. It's very true, though. Very appropriate for the Bretonnians. Alright, let's clean up his tail. So we haven't done that at all. We've just been using it to see where it sits in, and then we'll glue that. And that'll be it. That'll be it for this stream. Because I have... One, I want lunch. And then I've got some other filming to go do. We may or may not end up doing an early stream tomorrow as well, depending on how much filming I am able to get done today. Just to let you guys know. So keep that in mind for your schedules if you want to specifically hang out. I don't know if I'll be working on more Bretonnians specifically. I might be moving on just to refresh things a little bit and work on some other stuff. But we'll end up seeing. But yeah, that's the plan. because it might end up being a little bit of an earlier stream as well. Let's get a little bit of sprue off of this piece of fabric. It's really the place where I don't like it the most, is on fabrics, because I'm like, no, but they're supposed to be smooth and flowy. All right, there we go. That looks good. Okay, let's go ahead and get that glued in. Alright, let's hold her in place. So much pressure. A little bit of glue with the goo.
Are you winning, son?
Yeah, we're building a duke.
Excellent. So after streaming, building this box for, I think it's now a grand total of about 15 hours.
I don't want to hear a damn thing from you, sir, about the length of
Hello, my honey. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Hey, we're both singy today.
That's a damn thing, I'm afraid. You have heard it?
I've heard it.
What are you going to do about it?
I'm going to probably kiss you later.
That's inappropriate. This is a family-friendly stream, and I would appreciate you toning it back, man.
I refuse. I refuse. That is no problem. Don't worry about missing the stream if you are unable to make it. That is... You can always watch it later. Don't worry. Absolutely. Though it's really mostly just a scheduling thing this week of, it's busy. So we might be moving things around a smidge. But that's also why I want to throw in today's stream, is to get some extra time in, because I know, like, this weekend, for example, I won't be streaming much because I'll be at a convention. All right, I do think that is going to be where we're going to call it. We just passed our 2-hour mark according to my OBS stream, so I'm going to let these things that I just glued dry and come back to them later off camera. I will see you guys tomorrow, either at 11 or 1 o'clock. You'll see posts go live, or if you're subscribed and you have notifications turned on, you'll probably get a notice about it once I have actually gone live. But expect it to be either of those two times. That's the word I was looking for. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a lovely hobby night. Farewell and adieu. That's kind of French, right? Maybe a little bit. Also, Havman, thank you for the $2 donation. I really, really appreciate it. And everybody be sure to praise the lady, praise Slaanesh, and then also respect the Emperor. All of the above. Be good. Have a good rest of your week. I'll see you tomorrow, possibly. Goodbye. See ya.